To this week's edition of Just Ask Freeman. I'm Rebecca Powers. So honored to be with Mr. Freeman Owen Jr., CEO and founder of Financial Sources, Inc. Great to see you, sir.
Great to see you again. I tell you, such a benefit here, helping me disclose financial literacy to our viewing audience. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
The flow is so nice. I tell you, you know, we had closed the show
last week.
And we didn't really. I want to put a little emphasis. I put emphasis on Social Security because there are different things that are, that are impacting the Social Security benefits we received. Number one, we pay taxes at the federal level. Now, it depends on what state you're in. Again, now we already pay Medicare and Social Security tax.
Yeah.
Get ready for our benefit. You say, wait a minute. Taxes again? Yes, at the federal level. You have to pay it's not a double dip, but it's your tax. And that didn't happen until on or about in the 80s, 84 or so, because for 30 some odd years, Social Security was part of retirement, not full retirement, because President Roosevelt didn't want that. He said,
right.
okay, we can supplement Social Security. And that's what we'll discuss also.
It's very, very complicated.
It gets complicated.
That's why it's so important for someone like you who understands every single aspect of it. So
yeah,
we'll try to break it down.
It can be complicated. Children who are beneficiaries, how long will they keep their Social Security benefit? Disability, there's a difference between disability benefits coming out of Social Security as opposed SSA, the regular Social Security. And, I always emphasize that you really need to know how to receive your Social Security benefits.
And when to take it.
And when to take it. Here's a good example of an individual that got locked into and was disappointed on receiving their Social Security benefit. Now, what was interesting, I had a workshop, and that was over in the Oxon Hill, Maryland area, and I had one over in Bowie, Maryland. Now, I must emphasize Bowie. I know he's watching. He was determined to get the Social Security benefit early. Really did not need the Social Security benefit. Ranking federal employee, he said, well, shoot, I'm getting my Social Security benefit right now.
Yeah.
I said, well, you'll be 62 years old, have not separated from service yet, because you're a federal employee. What's going to happen is if you receive that benefit, for every $2 that you earn, you're a high-ranking GS employee, your Social Security benefit will be reduced by $1 for life. Freeman, man, I would get my money. It goes back to that old adage, I might not live that long.
Right.
Well, he saw Just Ask Freeman TV right here on Fox. As a matter of fact, it was one of the shows that you and I did back in, it was May or somewhere around in there. And he calls. He said, I sure wish I had listened to you. I'm getting ready to retire. Now, he had seen my workshop up here in Bowie, and so he's getting ready to retire. And he said, well, Freeman, I should have came to you. I said, well, it's not too late.
Right.
You start from where you stand.
That's right.
Now, he lives in Bowie, Maryland himself. Came over. I rode over his TSP. I didn't beat him up telling him that now your Social Security benefit has been taxed. I mean, I should say been reduced by almost 50% because you receive those benefits above and well beyond the earnings test. So he said, well, can I turn it back? No.
No,
you can't turn it back.
And you told me there's a cap. That it depends
Yeah.
on your earnings. See, I never knew that Social Security can depend on your earnings.
Yeah.
How does that work?
Okay. Now, anytime you file for your Social Security benefits prior to the full retirement age now at 67, I remember when it was 65 for my parents, 66 in my era for the boomers, and now it's 67. The thing is, if you file between 62 and 67, all right, number one, if you file at, there's a cap of how much you can earn. It's called an earnings test. Now, if you file at age 62, you for every $2, as I mentioned, that you earn, your Social Security benefit can be reduced by $5. I mean, I'm sorry.
By one.
By
50%.
50%. So you think about that. 50% penalty for life. Okay, unless you file before that 12-month period when you start, and then you can file a little later on. Now, here's something that's interesting. There's also an earnings test in the year you turn full retirement age and you're eligible for Social Security.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
Here's a good example. Let's say the birth date. That's why I do the Social Security reports. I want y'all to get one of those. I'm going to tell you about that in a minute. Let's say your birthday is in November of the year in which you turn age 67. You got your friends and relatives and peers and contemporaries. Hey, Rebecca, you better file. You'll be 67 in November, but it's January,
Yeah.
okay, of that year you turn full retirement age. Well, the thing is, excuse me, there is an earnings test. And that test is if your income exceeds this cap,
Gotcha.
for every $3 earned, your Social Security benefit is reduced by $1. So my viewing audience is saying, well, Freeman, what do I do? How can I avoid costly mistakes like that? Just ask Freeman. Give us a call at 833-414-7233 and then get your complimentary consultation. We will do a Social Security report. There's no cost to you, but it's good to be informed. This is another piece of financial literacy.
Yeah.
How to file for your Social Security benefits, how to use income producing assets. Folks, if you've got $250,000, $500,000, $1 million, you need to hold on to those assets and know how to supplement, here's Social Security, supplement that Social Security benefit, all right? And know how the distribution laws. Who do you call? Just ask Freeman. Call us at 833-414-7233. Get a complimentary Social Security report. You'll know how to deal with minimizing taxation. I said minimize.
Yes.
All right, get those taxes down. Because I mentioned earlier in one of our shows, when you're working, inflation. We got a plan for that. When you're working, higher healthcare cost.
Right.
When you are working, taxation. Well, when you pull away from the table, that is, I'm using that metaphor there, that analogy. When you come out of the job, you still have
the same bills.
Inflation, you got taxes and increased healthcare costs.
Exactly.
So you need a tax efficient plan. Speaking of those costs that increase, something we have to look out for too. Debt.
Yes. Let's take a very short break because that's a whole nother subject.
Let's talk about the debt while we're okay.
That can hurt our health, right? Stress. There's a number, 833-414-7233. If you have any questions about your financial future, it is best to just ask Freeman. We'll be right back.
Unexpected events like a global pandemic can turn our world upside down overnight. They can cause volatile shifts in the market and may cause you to question the confidence in your current retirement plan. As a pre-retiree or retiree, knowing you have a plan that can withstand the worst economic conditions can help you sleep at night. Contact us today for your complimentary review to find out where you stand. Just ask Freeman. call us at 833-414-7233.
All right, welcome back to Just Ask Freeman. We've been talking about Social Security because it's one piece of your puzzle. It can be extremely complicated. You mentioned the word debt, sir, so let's take it from there.
Okay. A lot of folks have, see, I'm talking about financial literacy. We talked about Social Security being a piece of that puzzle. A lot of our retirees, not my folks, because what we do is an efficient tax planning program. And we take in consideration how to file for our Social Security, but what we have to do is look at expenses. Unexpected expenses going to happen. So that's where I come in with the debt. And you know, if you're working, your Social Security benefits, if you're taking it, is predicated on your prior year's income. So as you move toward retirement, we think in terms of having Social Security to being supplemented by income-producing assets. A lot of folks think that, well, I'll get my Social Security, but I'll pay the credit card debts off someday. Well, you'll carry that debt into your retirement. You could see you might not be able to really enjoy and see the enhancement that Social Security benefits can bring. And so I had to mention the word debt.
Yeah.
Since I'm speaking, I want to I want to stretch out financial literacy a little bit more along with the debt. Folks will take monies out of their tax qualified plans, Rebecca.
Okay.
And buy a car.
Big mistake.
$100,000 automobile. Big mistake. They say, well, I'll use my Social Security benefits to pay the car note. 7-year note. Okay. That's a long time, and especially if you're retired, or if you remove monies from your tax qualified plan, all right, and when you receive those benefits, that $100,000 out of there, you'll see you'll only receive $80,000. Again, we got to be tax efficient, know where to get our distributions from, because we may carry unexpected expenses, most likely, and we need to minimize our debt, keep most of our Social Security benefits, move forward to paying off, if you can pay your mortgage off, because you will have unexpected expenses along the way. So that's why we plan well in advance, 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road. And then we know the reason I brought the debt in is that the Social Security trust fund may be reduced to 77 cents on the dollar between 2033 and 2034.
So we've heard rumors kind of most of my life, oh, it may not be there.
Yep.
But you're seeing, you're reading reports now saying that it's not being funded.
It may not, it could be reduced. I don't know how long it's going to go, because we look at our younger investors, the Gen X, Gen Ys, the Gen Zs, 18 to 30-year-olds, they say things like, well, grandma, she's got a retirement, she gets Social Security, she got a pension, she's got that, and granddaddy got his. There is no Social Security benefits for me. Okay, well, that could be true. But I want to emphasize the fact that if you're going in retirement, your Social Security benefit is supposed to be supplemented by your income-producing assets. We got to get the debt out of the way. Now, you will have unexpected expenses. My wife has been retired for a while. Well,
she was a nurse.
Yep, and the unexpected expense.
Let me guess, your grandkids. No, just kidding. She kind of spoils their grandkids, just a little.
They are spoiled, but I say, no, you're not getting any more money. Y'all big people, y'all can go in.
But their education is very important. You spent money on the things that matter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the unexpected expenses were like a new roof.
Yeah.
That happened.
Things you need.
And, or appliances and so on. So you want to make sure that you have, that's why I put emphasis on a tax efficient plan, knowing when to get Social Security. With the tax efficient plan, we're looking at, hey, these monies that you receive might not be a pension, Rebecca.
Yeah.
That could be your lifetime earnings, the 500,000 or the million. We've got to make that last, generate income, supplement Social Security, and remove debt.
So how do we make that last? How do you take that risk away? Because there is a way to make zero your hero.
Yes.
Take that risk away.
Just ask Freeman. Call us at 833-414-7233. And we have programs and products with our review of your existing portfolio. We got to look at that, giving you a second opinion.
Yeah.
Moving you
absolutely.
safely to some of your funds, but not all. You should consider that. You're at 55, 60, 65, 70 on up. You've accumulated, and now you're in the distribution phase. Rebecca, a lot of folks ask, how can I keep my money?
Yeah, there is a way.
Yeah, just like in the book, the top 10 IRA mistakes, right there, and how to avoid the tax trap. Well, you'll see in there are fees, that whether the market goes up or down with their, you'll see how the Secure Act, in which we discussed in one of our earlier shows,
Yeah.
and also it discusses debt along with, hey, you need to remove that debt. Your Social Security benefit will provide more purchasing power. And then you're educated and receiving financial literacy on what programs, answering your question, can have those funds double.
Yeah.
Because you now know the rule of 72 and what percentage you would need in order for your monies to double. Also, with your tax efficient program, with the volatility and market risk, you need to know what to do and how to do with your assets such that you have that peace of mind knowing that your money is safe, generating guaranteed income, reduced debt, knowing when to file for your Social Security benefits. And how you do that, folks, just ask Freeman. Get your complimentary consultation. We'll guide you into receiving your Social Security benefits so that you know when to file. Is so important. Your situation, as we mentioned, children, widows. Suppose you're a non-working spouse.
Yeah.
See, that gets complex. Like, okay, now I never worked. Am I entitled to Social Security benefits?
I heard even if you're divorced, you mentioned once, you might be eligible for a portion of your ex-spouse's benefits.
Exactly.
That was mind-blowing to me.
10 years married.
Is that what it is?
That's it. You can roll right on over there and get
Knock on that door. I was with you for 10 years and 2 days. I want that money.
I want my Social Security benefit. And it doesn't bother the Social Security benefits of your ex-spouse.
Yeah. Oh, it doesn't.
No.
He or she would still continue to get that.
He or she can still be married and go on. But you've been with that person 10 years.
You've earned it.
You earned it. You're supposed to get that benefit. Yes, you can do that. Even at 62. There's some, what I usually do is do my research and due diligence, because when I have the real complex distribution of Social Security benefits, I go to ssa.gov, like I would like for you to do, and go into my Social Security benefits, okay? And you'll see your PIA, primary insurance amount.
Okay.
All right. Download the statement. Notice I said statement. I can look at that statement, have the software to generate a report so you know when to file, even down to the month and the year.
Amazing.
The taxation's in that report. How much in taxes do I pay? Out 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. We could project out there. Freeman, it's a little complex. Now, I'm a federal employee. I didn't pay into Social Security, but my husband did when he was alive. Here's another example. All over the metropolitan area here in Washington, D.C. Husband passed, federal employee. She was not. Did not get the survivor benefit. See how complex that is? You say, well, why? Just ask Freeman. Call at 833-414-7233. That's all you got to do. someone who knows about Social Security, someone who knows about income producing assets generating guaranteed income, tax efficient programs. They work, folks. Call us at 833-414-7233 and get your complimentary consultation and learn financial literacy. Knowledge is power.
Absolutely.
When it's applied.
And that's why you wrote that wonderful book. You'll also get a complimentary copy of his fantastic book. It is very short. He broke it down. It's a wonderful read. Stay with us more with Freeman Owen Jr. right after this.
We're frequently asked where we think tax rates are headed. Most experts agree tax rates will eventually have to go up as our federal debt increases. Without any changes, the government's current plan is set to expire in 2025. Every penny counts, especially in your retirement. Is your current plan efficient and optimized to reduce your tax obligation? Contact us today. Just ask Freeman for a complimentary review. Reach us at 833-414-7233.
All right, welcome back. We're talking about how complicated things can be, like Social Security, but that's why we have the experts. You've done this for over 40 years. Just curious, how many clients do you have now? Do you even know?
yeah, I do. It's on my website, justaskfreeman.com. Close to 4,500. I had 4,000. Now I have, almost 4,500 clients.
And it's so amazing because you retain them, which is incredible.
Yes.
They all refer you to their friends. That says a lot.
And I appreciate that. In this business, you have to be trustworthy.
That's right.
Trustworthiness is the key.
To everything.
You're grown folks. You can read. You can say, well, this guy for real? Yes. I mentioned the time, if you're not really trustworthy, you'll get washed out in this business early in the game.
That's
it takes time to gain the trust. I never say thank you. Let me look at your viewing audience. I don't say thank you for your business. I say thank you for your trust. And I've been doing that for over 40 years. You trust me. And I'm not going nowhere. Y'all know where I live, too.
His address is on our website.
That's it. The address, the off, everything is right there for you. Just ask Freeman for financial help when you want to know about financial literacy in reference to Social Security, in reference to guaranteed retirement income, in reference to estate planning. Hey, Freeman, I need a good lawyer for advance directive, pour over will, irrevocable trust, revocable trust, marital trust, a consortium of attorneys to take care of that for you. Freeman, I need a good CPA. I'm having a hard time with taxes. I got one right here in Upper Marlboro in Largo, Maryland. Several CPAs.
So you're a one-stop shop, any type of needs. You said guaranteed lifetime income, only 4 minutes to go. Mm-hmm. There is a way to get guaranteed lifetime income and take all of the risk away. Hit on that quickly.
All right. What I do is provide, when I do my due diligence, and I look out for the best interests of the client, I look at safe money products. Now, I don't want to put products all on the air here, but once I've done the analysis on Social Security, did a good solid read with my software on market risk, and do the risk analysis, and I go and look at companies that offer safe guarantees on the distribution or the contributions you make to IRAs, non-qualified assets. Non-qualified monies are those dollars that sitting in a bank
have already been
taxed. But the yield with the programs I use are tax deferred. Okay, so you pay taxes on the distribution. Depends if it's an IRA, it's taxes ordinary income. After tax money, you're taxed with you have tax deferral, but you receive the gain. You're only taxed on the gain, not in the entire principal plus gain.
But you keep your principal.
You keep the
principal. You get a little bit when the market goes up, but you're not gambling all your money.
No, you cannot. I do not feel comfortable whereas I'd have any of my clients' funds at risk.
Right. Like you said, you don't have to hide under the desk when they walk in and say,
That's it.
why'd I lose all my money? You're like, I'm not into that.
No,
I don't
I'm
want to
not.
have to hide.
No, I don't. And what I do, and clients have teased me when they come to see me, and they say, Freeman, what you do? I stay in my
lane.
Right, right there in my lane. And this is such an enjoyable, not a job. It's a wonderful business to be able to help others. And the kick I get is, at these folks, I see them over 5 years, 10 years, and they make progress, and they do phenomenal things. They are retired. They have guaranteed income. Their bucket list is filled.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, one of my administrators works with me every day. I fixed her up years ago, and I'm gonna mention her name. Her name is Anna. Anna and her husband retired, but Anna works with me, and they'll go to Dubai. I remember when they were working.
Wow.
Just got back from Melbourne just a couple of months ago before we went celebrate our anniversary. So
Happy 50th, by the way. Amazing.
And it's amazing. And you see, I remember fixing her up, she and her husband. The clients I have some in Clinton, all in Maryland. And what happened, Clinton, Maryland,
You see that progress.
I saw them progress from first home buyers to buying an estate. Kids have completed their education, not only in private schools, but in their college endeavor. They've finished that. So, it's a wonderful thing. And just like I look at the time on the wall, it's almost that time to give it up. So, folks, give us a call for your efficient tax program and your for your Social Security report at 833-414-7233. And again, the clock's on the wall, having a lot of fun. And
yes, thank you for teaching us so very, very much. And of course, Freeman is an independent, so he can look at every product in the world to give you the very best tool for what you need for you and your family. You are like no one else. You need to let him look at everything. 833-414-7233, even if it's just a second opinion. Don't you deserve that? Thanks for joining us. Be sure to reach out to us on our website, and there's the QR code. Call us, get your calendar ready, make an appointment, and we'll see you next week.